Hello students, now we will move towards the next part, that is a delegation. Uh, this delegation is a very important function of the management, and we can also seen that things in many times in the life also. If the win in our home also, which when whenever it is any function is there, suppose the marriage function is there, we will normally delegate the authorities. This will be done by this will be done by this. Normally the shopping and other parts will be we will put on the ladies members of our family, so that they can do their shopping of the clothes or saris and other things. Other works like their this related to the food related things and other things, we will give to the task to the somebody which is a which we can have the hold on this people's nearby us, so that they can manage their work. So this delegation of the authority, delegation is very much important in this management. So what exactly this delegation? The manager alone cannot perform all the tasks assigned to him. In order to meet the targets, manager should delegate the authorities. Delegation of the authorities means what? Division of authorities and powers downward to the subordinates. So if we take the manager or the CEO will be give the task to the general manager. General manager will give the task to the managers of the different divisions. Then they will give the to the subordinate, that supervisor, and then lastly the workers are performing. Means every means they are having their own things, but they cannot concentrate on the from the top to the bottom at one single person. So we have to dividing the authorities so that we can simplify the works. Delegation of authorities can be defined as subdivision or sub-allocations of a power to the subordinate in order to achieve the effective results. So this is the main things of delegations we can define. In management, delegation is the act of assigning the task to a team members in the department or in project team. Upon this, these are the tasks that the manager might have performed when the team is very small. He know the everything, but when the team is big, then workload is more. Then we have to give these authorities to the others. Specifically, team grows and assume a greater responsibility. Effective manager assigns some of their tasks to members of their team, which allows them to focus on the management responsibilities like training and performance review. So this what we are have to divide this work so that effectively we can do the work, and this the major important things will be monitored by this main manager, and they can perform in a well manner and they can achieve the goals. Now we will move towards the importance of the delegation. The delegation, how this delegation is very important, we can say that through the delegations, manager is able to divide the work and allocate it to the subordinates. And while allocating the works to the subordinate, it reduces his works, and so they can concentrate on the important areas such as planning and a business, or what are the critical parts which we are having they can focus on this particular things, and they can focus on the targets and other things. With the reduction of the load on the supervisor or the managers, he can concentrate his energy on important and critical issues and concerns. And wherever there is any difficulty will be uh, coming, then this manager or a supervisor can able to solve this difficulty, and they can continuously do the works in effective manners, and they can easily achieve their objectives and goals. Hmm. So we can improve the effectiveness by delegating the authorities. Delegation of authority in a way gives enough room and space to the subordinates to flourish their abilities and skills. Means what? Once we are giving these authorities, delegating these authorities to the subordinates, he will also feel the confident, and they can have the chance to improve their abilities and skills, and further we can have the utilize this their abilities and skills. Delegation of authority is not only helpful to the subordinate, but it is also helps the managers to develop their talent and skills. So any specific work is given, we are giving the confidence to the subordinates, so they will work on hard on that particular. And once we are delegating the authorities, means they will also have this particular responsibility, so they work hard and then able to give their or they can develop their skills and the talent. Since the manager get the enough time through a delegation to the concentrate on the important issue, their decision making gets stronger, and in a way they can flourish the talent which are required in manager. So both way we are having the benefits to the subordinates also and to the managers also by delegating this ability. Means they are reducing their works and they are concentrating more on this managing skills, and they can develop their managing skills which will be useful for their further career. Then we are moving toward the elements of a delegation. What are the different elements of the delegations that we will discuss? First important elements is authority. Uh, in the business organization, authority can be defined as the power and rights of a person to use and allocate the resources effectively, to take decisions and to give orders so as to achieve the organizational objective. What the definition saying? It is the power and rights of the person. Means how to utilize the resources, how we can giving the instructions, and how we can dividing the this task, or how we are taking the decisions. All these things will be coming under the authorities. Authorities must be well defined. It must be clearly defined. All peoples who have the authority should know what is the scope of their authorities, and what exactly these authorities are there, and what are the scope of the authorities, how we can utilizing these authorities, and all these things must be clearly mentioned. Authorities is the right to give the commands, orders, and get the things done. Ultimately what we want, the get the things must be done. For that we have to give the commands or the orders to the subordinates, and we can have these things. The top level management has the greatest authorities. As we saw that top to bottom authorities are reducing, at the top level we are having the more authorities. Authorities always flow from the top to bottom, that is we know that. It is explained how a superior gets work done from the subordinates by clearly explaining what is expected of him and how he should go about it. So these things which you have to take into the mind. Authority should be accompanied with the equal amount of responsibilities. Hmm? Delegating the authorities to someone else doesn't imply escaping from the accountability. Means we are delegating the authorities, but their accountability will be more on us. We are delegated means we are more accountable than this subordinate which we are whom then we are delegating. But these are equally responsible for that. But accountability will be more on this particular whose authority is more. Accountability still rests with the person having the utmost authorities. As I said that more the authority, more will be the accountability. So we have to, according to that, we have to give. So this is the first element of the delegation, authority. Now next element is responsibility. Responsibility is what? It is the duty of a person to complete the task assigned to him. The it is a responsibility. A person who is given the responsibility should ensure that he accomplishes the task assigned to him. If the task for which he has held responsible are not completed, then he should not give an explanation or excuse. Responsibility without adequate authority lead to discontent and dissatisfaction among the person. One equal amount of the responsibility and authority must be given to the persons. Then and then only this person will be feel the satisfied. They can perform well and they can do these things. Means authority and responsibility must be equal. Only you can give the responsibilities and there is no any authorities. Then also it is not possible. the person to the work there, and they can give the 100% effectively. The responsibility flows from the bottom to top. The responsibility flows to the bottom. Normally, the in the organizations, the bottom to top it is we are having. The middle level or lower level management hold more responsibility. The person held responsible for a job is answerable for it. But if the responsible is there, then they must give this answer for this. If he performs the task assigned as expected, he is bound for praise. Means if it is performed, then it will give the good things, or it can give the incentive other things also. While if he does not accomplish the task assigned as expected, and then also he is answerable for the what it is done. So both way we are. If you completing, then we are getting the praises, and if you're not completing, then we are also questionable. So this is about the responsibility. Next element of the delegation is accountability. Accountability means what? Giving the explanations for any variance in the actual performance from the expectation. Means whatever the actual performance there and what is expected performance, if there is a definition is there, this persons have to give the explanations. It is called as accountability. If it is not, these things are not done properly, then we have to give their reasons. Accountability can be delegated. For example, A is given a task with a sufficient authority, and A delegate this task to a B and ask him to ensure that task is done well. Responsibility rests with B, but accountability rests with A. As I already said that, if you giving this delegate these things to the B, or we are giving the delegations, but still the responsibility rests on the B, but accountability. What if there this expectation is not fulfilled? Then A should have to give this explanation why these things are not happen. Top level management is most accountable. Being accountable means being innovative, as the person will think beyond his scope of job. Accountability, in short, means being answerable for end result. Accountability can't be escaped, it rises from responsibilities. Means what? The top management is more accountable, and they have to work in this innovative manners to do these things, and we cannot escape from this accountability. We have to give the answers for this particular. For achieving the delegations, manager has to work in a system and has to perform following steps. That is what the steps are like this. Assignments of a task and duties, means we have to assign the task and duties. Granting of authorities, we have to give the proper authorities for proper persons, and creating the responsibilities and accountability among the other subordinates. So these are the things which we have to follow for this delegation of the authorities. Now here we are given you the difference between the authorities and responsibilities. What exactly this difference and all these things, which we can see that it is a legal right of a person or a superior to command his subordinates. Command its subordinates. It is called as authority. Or what is responsibility? It is a obligation of a subordinate to perform the work assigned to him. It is not illegal. Whatever the command which is given by this is a manager, that we have to act according to that. Hmm. Authority is attached to the position of a superior in concern. It is attached to a position of a superior in concern. Responsibility rises out of superior subordinate relationship in which subordinates agree to carry out a duty given to him. Hmm? What I said, I repeat, responsibility rises out of a superior and subordinate relationship in which subordinate agree to carry out the given to him. Okay. Authorities can be delegated by a superior to a subordinate. Responsibility cannot be shifted and is absolute. Authorities we can give to the superior to the subordinate, but responsibilities will be there. And responsibility will be from the bottom to top. It is we are having bottom we are having the more responsible responsibilities, or the bottom or middle level we are having the more responsibilities. It flows from the top to bottom. Authorities flows from the top to bottom, and responsibilities flows from the bottom to top. This is the basic difference between the authorities and responsibilities. Now we will stop here, and next part will be discussed in the next lecture. Thank you.